really is a very good use of petrol, this, isn't it? It's like, you can put it in your lawnmower, or you can put it in this.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
As simple as that, it
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
I've come over to see Chris today, who's got a fantastic GT40, but also a Cobra that's over there. Chris, how long have you had this?
The GT40 I bought in the middle of lockdown, or beginning of lockdown, I think it was.
Right.
So what was that? Early 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
And before this, what did you have?
Before the GT40,
Yeah.
well, I had the Cobra. The Cobra's been around
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
The Cobra my dad bought, I think in about '84, something like that.
Did he?
And he intended to drive that to my wedding, but he never got anywhere near.
Okay.
I got married in '87. He got nowhere near finishing it by then.
That's the
And I
way.
think I bought it off him in '89, and then there it is there. So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But this was bought lockdown,
yeah.
so I understand it wasn't
Total wreck.
close to this condition.
Total wreck.
So what you've done actually is turned a wreck into a fantastic car in actually a very short period of time.
3 years of slave labour.
Yeah.
And they are quite tricky to put together, really. I mean,
Right.
well, it had been done reasonably well, but the trouble with this one is it's a complete one-off.
Right.
So there is not another one like it anywhere.
Right.
So it's a bespoke built replica from 1989. Somebody, and the history's been lost, and the last owner who had it properly unfortunately got dementia. So
Right.
all the history's been lost.
Yeah.
And he did some crazy things to it, unfortunately, when he was ill.
Yeah.
So it was quite badly damaged, it was in quite a bad state. And it was just sort of first of all, trying to unpick what they
Right.
were trying to achieve.
Sure.
And then I think that moment when you realise that you might as well just cut most of it off and start again.
Okay.
So
So it had definitely been a working car before you had it.
oh yeah,
Been on the road for
1889 it was first
Okay.
registered.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I think it had gone through various iterations.
Right.
And whether the final iteration had ever been back on the road is questionable,
no,
I
hard to
think.
tell.
Yeah.
Well, look,
yeah.
let's have a bit of a closer look. It looks really authentic to me. Let's start with the body.
Yeah.
What?
So that's a Mark 1.
Yeah.
That's moulded from a Mark 1. So that is the shape that they obviously used in the early days
Yeah.
of Le Mans '66, and then they went back to it in no, not '66. They didn't use it in '66. They used it in I think '64 and '65.
Okay.
And went back to it in I think '68 and '69.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is effectively, as far as I know, and there'll be loads of people out there with much better knowledge than me, because I'm not a historian, I'm a car builder.
Yeah.
I think this is what they call effectively the Mark 1B. So it's the Mark 1 body with the 302 V8 engine in it. So it hasn't actually got the 1968
Right.
302 in it.
Okay.
So that's effectively what it is, or as near as you could get to a.
So for the kids of today, what's the size of a 302 engine?
That's 5 litre.
5 litre engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They started out with the 289, and then they went to the 427, which is the story that you see in the Hollywood film.
Sure.
That's
the
and then
7 litre.
I think the FIA changed the rules, so they had to go back to a 5 litre engine. So they went back to the 302.
Right.
I think that's how it worked.
Okay.
But the 427 version, one in '66 and '67, had a higher back to get the bigger engine in.
Right.
So,
Whereas this one sort of flat
yeah,
with the
and
back.
it's not quite as pretty, I don't think.
The-
Everyone's got their own
Yeah.
preferences, of course. When I bought this as a wreck, it was actually a Mark III, and I'll show you that.
Yeah.
The Mark IIs with the 427 had a straighter back here to accommodate the.
Sure.
I
that is. I mean, as a line, when you look at it,
Very pretty car.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's
it's a very, very
unbelievably
pretty car. Yeah.
I
When you
often-
think about, you're talking about '60s.
Yeah.
Well, the Cobra's the same, really. They're quite iconic sort of shapes, aren't they? Really.
Yeah. And I often personally think that the back end of a car is kind of prettier, isn't it, than the front end?
Yeah.
And obviously the Cobra's a little bit distracting, but it's amazing to see the two.
Yeah. So the Mark
side by side.
The Mark III, which this had a Mark III body on it when it came to me. So the rear end was actually probably more like here,
Wow.
and the front was higher, and it was the version of the car that Ford thought they were going to put on the road. And I think they only made a few, less than 10, seven or 9. I think it depends which book you read, but I think 7's probably the right number. And they just didn't take off, obviously. It wasn't really a road car in any stretch of imagination.
No.
So, and not very pretty, so I changed it to the Mark 1.
No, it's actually, I mean, looking at it from the back, I mean, it sounds a bit silly to say it's surprisingly wide, but the sort of flat expanse of the rear clamshell does make it look wide, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it doesn't feel wide when you're sitting in it because you sit in between the fuel tanks, of course.
Right.
So you got your.
Okay, so this is a fuel tank.
Yeah.
Disguised as a sill.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, in the because there's nowhere else to put it because it's
no,
it's a race car.
No. Engine, gearbox.
Yeah. In the originals, the fuel tank was a rubber bladder. Not actually a tank.
Okay, great. Marvellous.
We've got a tank now.
Yeah, great idea. Have you got 2 tanks?
2 tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
2
Wheels, what are these?
Well, they're replicas of GT40 wheels.
Yeah.
Made in Birmingham.
Really?
Yeah.
By, do you know?
Image wheels.
Okay.
Yeah. Same as the Cobra. They're great company.
Well done, Image Wheels, for making something useful.
Well, yeah, it's a bit more complicated than that because
I'm sure
this being a one-off.
Yeah.
So for a start, the actual hubs on these are BMW. Most of the GT40 replicas in the UK and Europe use Ford stuff.
Okay.
In America, they sometimes use Chevrolet stuff as well.
Yeah.
But the stud pattern on these is different on this car is different to the normal GT40. It's bigger PCD. The offsets are all different because this is, as I say, it's one-off, so all the suspension is unique. So the offsets on the wheels are all different. So literally, Image had to make a bespoke set of wheels for this car.
Lucky you.
But the good thing about this is, with a BMW hub, you get a nice disc with the handbrake shoes inside the centre of it.
Yep.
So this has got a really good handbrake. Most of my mates with GT40s haven't got a very good handbrake.
What are the hubs from, Chris?
They're a BMW 7 Series, I think.
Yeah.
But then you've got, there's homemade carriers and.
I think homemade's probably underselling it a bit.
All those suspension arms we made here, we had to remake all of those because it wouldn't work with the Mark 1 body.
Wow.
So we ditched all the old stuff, which was a bit bulky and heavy, and then made all that here. You can see that from above in a second.
And front brakes? I mean, these brake calipers on these, are they from the BMW as well? So
now, that's all under review.
Okay, because...
I mean, they do work, and they work. I'm quite happy with them, actually. When they're working properly, they work really, really quite well. But, most people have a 4-pot or 6-pot racing caliper. Yeah. But as these came with the car, because I'm that way inclined, I've got something in front of me, I want to use it and repair it. So I rebuilt these calipers, put all new pistons and seals and stuff in them, and I'm using them. And they do work, but they're probably not as good as, if I wanted to go around Goodwood or something, I want to upgrade them.
You'd tire them out quickly.
Yeah.
And front calipers on this is, again, the standard. Yeah.
BMW.
Yeah. I suppose, I mean, my only knowledge of a rear engine car from a braking point of view is that actually the rear wheels do more braking than just a front engine car.
Well, different people have said different things, but
have they?
One of my friends has told me that you've got to be careful not to lock the rear ones up. So I've got a bias valve on it, so when I regulate the brakes. Yeah. Currently, they don't lock up, so that's good. So and the handbrake works. So
exactly.
And we stop most of the time. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To come off the throttle sooner.
Do you want to lift the back?
Yeah, let's have a look in the engine. That'd be amazing. Is it a 2-man lift, Chris, or just one?
No, it'll go. I mean, these bodies they're just like paper. They flex and twist and. Yeah. So there we go. So that's a 1968 Ford 302, rebuilt by me. It's not a crazy engine, but it's probably about 400 brake.
Wow.
But yeah, it goes quite well. It sounds lovely. It does sound lovely, but it's quite a squash in there. The trick is try and get your drive shafts as straight as you can. Okay. So that sort of has a big impact on where you're putting your engine. But with this car, the bulkhead's a little bit further back than normal. Okay. So it's quite tight for space. So there's no room for a water pump. So the water pump's electric.
Tiny alternator, is that a space thing as well?
Ah, yes, yeah, the tiny alternator. That's off a Kubota digger.
Of a digger?
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's not a lot of electrical.
It's not massive.
Power needed,
well,
is there really?
You've got an electric water pump, electric fan,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, it's a tiny alternator. So this is me again. You know, I just like doing things a bit differently. I could go and spend 450 quid on a race alternator, a nice tiny little race alternator, or I could try a Kubota digger, see if it works. And if it works, I spend 60 quid, you know, and it works. So yeah, I've had no issues with it at all.
Amazing.
It's fine, yeah. And you know, all these panels, I've made them all. I stripped out all the old stuff. A lot of the old stuff was stainless steel. The chassis is stainless steel.
Is it?
Yes.
The chassis is stainless steel?
Yeah, the whole car was stainless steel. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I think the guy must have had a connection with the stainless steel industry or something. It's very unusual to see everything made in stainless steel, but it wasn't that what the chassis was okay. Yeah. Made reasonably well, but the panelling was pretty poor. Was it? So we had all that off, and I've made it all in aluminium and powder coated it all. And then this engine had a bent valve. And
did you run the engine when you got it?
No.
No, you knew it was defunct.
I took the rocker covers off.
Had a look. 4
bent push rods, so that gives you a clue.
Right.
So then I took the heads off, bent valve, but the pistons weren't damaged or anything. It was actually an okay. It would have run.
Right.
But then once you got it apart, you might as well do the job properly. So I did it properly. Yeah. Had it balanced. All the rotating assembly has been balanced. Bought some good pistons. I've done a good build on it actually. It's a good build. It's all big valve heads. Decent cam, not silly cam, but decent. Yeah. Yeah.
So very much set up for a road car?
Yeah.
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 Let's have a quick look in the cockpit, Chris.
Yeah, of course. I'll leave that open for you.
Yeah. It looks amazing either way.
And you will see I'm a driver, not a cleaner.
Is that a song? No. And you mentioned that you had some issues with the reverse gear, or just selecting reverse.
Well, it's been fine. It's been absolutely fine since I set it up. I've done, I think, nearly 4,000 miles.
Have you?
Yeah, and it's been absolutely fine. And then suddenly, a couple of weeks ago, it started playing up. So I've been fiddling with the linkage and just adjusting it. But you know, moving a bolt a millimetre makes a big difference. So I'm getting there with it, I think.
Yeah, it's just geometry, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just getting it right. But I could have picked those muddles out, couldn't I?
What's that?
My steering wheel and coat and.
That's right.
Yeah.
What you need to keep in the car, isn't it? And you've got a screen over there. What's that for?
That's the rear view.
Ah, okay.
Because you can literally see nothing out of it.
Yeah. So no rear view mirror.
No.
Always do the cannonball one.
And down here's the digital controller for the. That's for the cooling system.
Wow. Okay. So what does that do?
It just controls the water pump, engine temperature, all that stuff.
Right. Decent left foot rest.
Yeah. Knee rest.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. You don't even get that in some modern cars.
No.
Yeah, we think we might have got to that time because we started up.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will need to shut the bonnet then.
Yeah. Jesus.
Makes you smile, doesn't it?
That's it. That's funny.
Who wouldn't smile at that?
I was just looking at the back of it. It looks like, it just looks like a pair of trumpets or something.
Yeah.
It looks like something from an orchestra.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. Are you happy to take it for a little spin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Brilliant.
Aren't looking in this direction. They're not looking downwards. Amazing dials, really clear, aren't they? What make are these?
They're British.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute. ETB.
ETB instruments.
Has it got a rev limiter on it, Chris?
No.
Not so. Just look at that.
Only my foot.
Just look at that red thing. What do you normally run it to when it's warm? 5.5.
You won't want to go over 5, I don't think.
Right.
We'll see how we get on, but you know.
It's a lovely noise.
Careful, there are no horses along here.
Well, yeah, they'll probably jump over the car, Chris.
Oh, you should turn it off if there are horses.
The ride's really nice.
Sorry?
The ride quality's really nice.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly comfortable.
It really is. I'm either getting it wrong, or weren't they on full when we started?
Slosh.
Really?
That's the trouble with these long tanks.
So this is just because we're going downhill?
You have to be a bit careful going downhill. I need to sort that.
From a fuel starvation?
It's another problem to resolve.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you, yeah. Rear camera's good.
Apart from the gear shift at this speed,
yeah,
easy.
Yeah. What's the steering like? Any bump steer or anything?
Like
self-centering?
Very responsive. You've got to be careful not to turn it too much.
Sure. Has it got a decent self-centering feel to it?
Yeah, it's good.
There's the worse views, isn't there? It's quite a nice place, quite a nice thing to look at.
Yeah.
I see you've got the important dials right in front of you. Oil pressure.
Yeah, exactly that.
Isn't it?
This dashboard layout is as they were.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel a bit like a Le Mans Extra, doesn't it, when you're sitting in here?
It is, it's brilliant.
With the noise as well.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Imagine sustaining that noise for about a minute or so down the
yeah. I mean, all joking aside, 24 hours in this thing must have been grueling.
Oh, yeah. And they had a roof on.
And think about the speeds they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't suppose they drop below 5,500 revs, do they? You know.
You'd be within 750 revs for the whole race, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But it's not uncomfortable, is it?
It's unbelievably comfortable.
Compact.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's in case the gear shift didn't work.
Spare's bad. It's always good to carry some tools.
And it'd be lovely to have a nice modern gearbox with paddle change or something, you know. But
well, I think from a driving experience that would be very different, wouldn't it?
Well, it would, yeah, it would, yeah.
But that's just one of the. Well, you seem to have got the hang of it.
Yeah, I've got the hang of it, yeah.
So you never fancied a modern fast car?
Not really.
No. I can see why. Good use of petrol, this, isn't it? It's like
You can put it in your lawnmower, or you can put it in this.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Better do it like that than lock up.
Yeah. Can you lock them up?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Yeah, that one. Even after.
Well, there we are.
That's amazing. Thank you. Amazing.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's just amazing.
You can see why I drive it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And also useful to have a handbrake that works.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of them don't.
So carburetor-wise...
Carburetor, right, okay. So you can go carburetor or fuel injection.
Yep.
As I've probably said to you several times, I like to keep things simple. So carburetor for me, I can keep control of that. I know what I'm doing. I can fiddle it with the rest of it. So I've got a friend called Peter Knight.
Yeah.
If you look him up, Peter Knight Racing Engines, he does all the racing engines for the great and the good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Silverstone Classic, Goodwood, all that stuff. He's good in these V8s for everybody. He and I have been friends for years. So I ring Peter. Peter helped me, by the way, getting the engine balanced and all that stuff as well. So I ring Peter and say, you know, what carb do I put on here, Pete? And he said to me, to my shock, go for a Edelbrock 600 CFM economy.
Okay.
I said, well, you're having a laugh, aren't you?
Perfect.
No, he said, go for the economy one. I forget the number now. There's a number. Go for the economy one. He said, take it out of the box, put it on the car, and don't touch it. Said, what? No, you really are having a laugh. No, because this guy's running engines on the dyno every single day of the week.
Sure.
So I listen to him, so I take his advice, and that's what's on there. Wow. It's straight out of the box, on the car, not touched it.
So is it a twin choke carb?
It's a 4-barrel carb.
4-barrel carb, right?
Yeah, so it's a variant on a Weber, really.
Right.
A little bit different to a Holly. Works in a different way to a Holly. I'm a Holly man, really.
Right.
But
from your racing days.
Yeah. So, but no, it's fine. I mean, I haven't touched it. All I've done is on the accelerator pump, you can change the settings for a lightweight car. Obviously, it's a lightweight car. Yeah. That's all I've done. So that's it. So Peter Knight takes the credit for the for the carburetor.
And you can tell, and just it idles nicely.
Yeah.
You can tell when it's picking up, can't you?
Yeah.
Just like every time you just press that throttle,
it's gone.
It's fueling
it's
perfectly,
gone.
isn't it?
It's absolutely gone.
Yeah.
In contrast, in a minute when we get in the Cobra, which is totally over-carbed, and you'll hear it. Yeah. So,
incredible.
So have
you got time to look at the Cobra?
Of course.
Oh, amazing. Right, that is the GT40. And Chris has very kindly offered to give me a little bit more time. Having a look at the Cobra. Look at that, it's stunning. So this has been in the family a long time.
Oh, this is a family heirloom.
Old friend.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't intend selling either of them.
No.
But this will be my son's.
Yeah.
When I no longer need it.
Yeah.
Or no longer want it. It's probably a better way of putting
that's it.
I don't need it
the
now.
The thing is, you'll know when you get out of it for the last time. You think, I don't want to get in it again. Yeah. I think.
It is a totally different experience to the GT40. I mean, the GT40 is quick in a different way. This is an absolute brute.
Right.
So this is a 1964. Basically, it's a 1964 NASCAR engine. That's what they were built for. The 427 Ford, specifically developed for NASCAR racing by Ford in the early 60s. Yeah.
So what kit is this originally?
It was a Dax body.
Yeah. On a Dax chassis?
Dax chassis, adapted for the 427 because they didn't support a big block engine.
What, physically or?
Well, they didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't produce one.
Yeah.
So we had to do all our own engine mounts, gearbox mounts, and alter it around, to get it to work. It's on the original simple ladder chassis.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine.
When we met at the weekend.
Yeah.
That it's got through a few clutches.
It gets through quite a few clutches. It does. That's very true.
Is that an issue with the clutch, or is that just the weakest point of the transmission?
That's exactly it. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So When I first built it, put ordinary high performance tyres on it, and that's fine. You can get away with a decent clutch. And then, but when you start pushing it along a bit, it can get a bit tail happy. So you then go to track day tyres. Okay. So you put track day tyres on it.
Yeah.
It's not tail happy, but all the stress is in the
through the drive chain.
Yeah. So do you have it tail happy, bearing in mind this spends most of its life on public roads?
Yeah.
Or do you put a clutch in it every 3,000 miles?
Yeah.
So I go for the latter option.
Yeah, that's fair
enough. And it just rips them to pieces.
So we've basically got carburetors wise, we've sort of got...
You've got two Hollies on there.
Okay, so
this is one of the configurations that they used on the Cobra. I think they did 99 like this. So it's two. This is two 600 Hollies. So that's got one 600 carb on it. Yeah. This has got two with vacuum activated secondaries. So in normal driving, it's running on 4 barrels. Yeah. When you put your foot down and these sense vacuum, they open up the secondaries. Okay. And then you've got 1,300 and no, these are two 650s, aren't they? Yeah. So you've got 1,300 cubic feet of petrol going in there.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. And you obviously make a habit of doing that every time you drive.
Oh, I never do it.
Yeah.
I never do it.
Gearbox on this?
It's what they call a top loader, which is the original 60s gearbox. So this engine and box is the configuration that it would have been in the 60s in this car. Yeah. It's a bit like a tractor gearbox, but I quite like it. It's strong.
It's nice. Strong. Is that stronger than the clutch?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when we raced this engine, we did rip gearboxes to pieces, you know.
So this engine was previously used in a different car by you?
Yes. Yeah.
Which one was that?
In a Formula 1 stock car.
In a stock car?
Yeah. So it had a hard life.
And
somebody else used it in a stock car before I used it in a stock car.
It's a strong engine then.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's had a hard life. But then all these engines have had a hard life because that's what they were made for.
Right.
They were made for racing. So that's what's happened to them. That's why there's none left. Slip in there.
It looks like the buckle's out of a plane as well.
It is.
Is it?
It absolutely is. It's parachute harness. The trick with these removable steering wheels is always park the car
it's straight
with the steering wheel straight. Then you know you can get it straight on.
Is this noisier than the other one? Or?
Yeah, it's different.
Right.
The other one's a screamer. This is just loud. That's an air rifle. This is a 12-bore.
Okay.
I might put those on actually, because I've already got damaged hearing, surprisingly.
Yeah. It's all these loud cars, Chris.
It's very different, isn't it?
Really different.
Watch how the bonnet lifts up.
I noticed.
It's like riding a motorbike. What gets me is the 4th gear acceleration.
The front end feels a lot more drifty than the GT40, doesn't it?
A lot more
drifty.
Yeah, it probably
sort
is.
Of
yeah.
A bit left to right.
Yeah, it doesn't hold the road the same.
No.
Different car. Yeah, the GT40 is really built to go around corners at speed.
Sure.
This is really about going straight. It's, you know, it's acceleration.
Perfect for the Cotswolds.
Yeah.
How much fuel does it take?
Oh, probably. I mean, I bet we were doing 6 to the gallon then.
Good. Apart from the occasional clutch on this, Chris, you haven't had to do much. You don't do much work on this.
No, just usual maintenance things.
Yeah.
It's flat tappets, so you have to adjust the tappets every so often.
Right.
It's a proper old school race engine, just brute force, you know?
It's amazing. But isn't it nice when you get a car to that stage?
Yeah. It could do with a new set of exhausts, but...
Could it? It needs too quiet.
Got 1 or 2 little holes in them.
There's a massive one at the end.
I have to be sensible, the neighbours know it's me.
Yeah, exactly. They'll be on the village WhatsApp. Chris is home.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Thank you.
It is mad, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
I love this car. Just every so often you need to go out and do that.
You really do. But they're so different.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah. Ooh.
Well, how's your exhaust?
That was the sun guard. That's fine. That's allowed to do that.
That's why it's called a guard.
Yeah, that's what it's there. That's what it's there for.
Yeah. Did you say something?
Well, if you were wondering whether you were alive, you know now.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Unlike the insects, Chris. Chris, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was unbelievable privilege, really, to see these 2 fantastic but slightly different cars. Well, slightly different.
Slightly different, yeah.
Significantly different.
Yeah, they are.
I suppose what's common is that they both got V8 American engine.
They've both got V8 American engine. They've both got the Shelby connection, but they're just so different, aren't they?
They really are.
You know, this has got the 427 in it. The GT40's got the 302 in it. The GT40 with the 427 in it must have been pretty hairy.
Yeah.
Pretty hairy.
Yeah. I wonder how the lap times differed around Le Mans.
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Le Mans is a circuit of speed, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not so much. It's not like it's Cadwell Park or something.
But significantly heavier, a lot more braking needed, and heavier on the gearbox and fuel and all the rest of it. So I don't know, but yeah,
unbelievable.
They're both successful in their own way, I guess.
Indeed, Chris. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had a fantastic hour and a half or so with Chris.
I've quite enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, no, brilliant. I really appreciate it. So look, if you ever need to build a car like this, just phone Chris. He'll tell you how to do it. Thanks very much. See you soon.
I'm quite pleased with those brakes.
So am I.